Okay, I'm back just moments later with this locomotive. The Lifelike Trains GP60, as you can see there in, well, it's BNSF and Santa Fe. It's Santa Fe livery, but it's after the merger, so it has BNSF on the side there, and it also has a BNSF number that was assigned once they merged. This locomotive is pretty nice. It does have dual brass flywheels, so that means that both trucks are driven, all wheels are driven. It has Atlas couplings that were factory installed, and it also has all wheel pickups. There are lights at both ends, and we'll have a look at it just as soon as I open it up. Okay, so we got our usual N-gauge plastic with another piece of plastic and a plastic film that's covering it up. Tip it over and let the locomotive fall out in your hands, and you've got this lovely little engine. Okay, so this is probably my favorite engine so far. I only have 3 engines. I do have another one, well, another several that I'd like to get, but right now I only have 3. I mean, first off, and I didn't really notice this before, is the trucks, well, have a lot of play to them, sort of move around a lot. But right now, because of space and because I wasn't really sure how much space I'd have, I do have really small curves, so that's fine with me. In fact, the SD75 doesn't do very well on curves. If you saw that, you might have noticed. So, well, what do we got? Can we get this to focus? Come on. I'm not sure if it's focusing. So I'll talk about what you might be able to see. You can see that it is in the blue and yellow Santa Fe livery, the war bonnet. It is BNSF, technically, because it is after the merger, because it wouldn't have said that if it wasn't after the merger. There are some, well, these panels here on the side have little bridges and little, I guess maybe hinges, door handles maybe, and there's also a little thing right there, not sure what that is, can't really tell. This grill up here is pretty good, and you can kind of see where the yellow and blue curve of the war bonnet goes on it, and it looks better than some locomotives. Some locomotives, it just looks kind of weird when they have the curve going across the grill, but it looks pretty good on here. The paint on this is very nice. It's very matte. It's not really glossy, but it's also really sharp. It's really nice. These grills are also very nice. There's little tiny signs all over, like you can see there and there and there. It looks black on screen. It's actually blue. It's actually really dark blue, and it actually looks really good. In fact, the yellow is not this pale. I might actually throw up a picture that I take with something else, maybe with my phone or something, just to see if I can get a better picture of the color, because it does not look this black and this pale yellow. It looks a lot more realistic. The back end, you do have lights, no marker lights, and the steps don't look great, but you have another set of BNSF logos and running numbers, and then on the back you do have little hoses that are well, stamped into the plastic, but they do look a little bit better than the SD75. You've got couplings on both sides, obviously, because GP60s were used for just about the whole GP series. Were just used for pretty much anything. You've got another headlight up here at the front. That I think that was Santa Fe's preference to move them to the tip of the nose. If I'm not right, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. That there was basically glare on the front windshield sometimes when you had headlights on the roof, so they would move them to the nose. So, and there's also number boards. I can't quite remember if they light up. We'll have to look at that when we turn it on. There is safety tread all along the sides on the walkways. You might be able to see that there. It looks like it might have focused on it finally. There's a little panel on the top of the nose and a little, well, maybe a cover for something. There's also a little handle on the roof there that it just focused on, so maybe you might be able to see it there. There's also this brake wheel that looks really good. It's definitely separately applied. It's not stamped on. That looks really good. Head on, you can see some windshield wipers. They don't look too bad. You can see the tiny little chain that's on the end here. There's actually little holes in between each link, so you can kind of see it there. There's also little panels on the front, and then you've got more stamped on detail to the bottom here. I didn't even mention the hood. Yeah. Well, these, as usual, these back here, well, they look okay. They're not too bad. This one, once again, doesn't look as nice because it doesn't go as deep. There's some nice horns there. The horns actually look really good. And then the grills on the side of the, well, I think that's the dynamic brake, maybe. I'm not really sure. Then you've got the exhaust that, once again, won't work very well. And another tiny little grill right there that looks quite nice. So now I am going to put it on the track and let you see it run. This is a very quiet locomotive, and you will see that, or I guess hear it.